Welcome back to the Burnlands Saga, episode 9. So,
I actually need to do this. I needed to open up my character sheet. Sorry.
episode name lies the prize. So this
Remind
is
everybody what episode 8 was called.
To the East.
Yes.
To the East lies the prize is the next episode. Nice.
Our noble party
Of pirates.
has been chasing our corrupted Templars to the lands east of the Rum Republic, to areas contested between the Templars and the Eastern Order. Because somewhere nestled is a mountain, a hanging valley in the mountain range. And there is the final resting place of the final shard of Wonderland. The party has one shard.
Enemy has one shot.
And if they get to the tomb first,
Then they have
gain
two shots for us to steal.
They'll gain hold of the second shard, which the party cannot allow to happen. But as they've been traveling,
Why can't we allow them to have the second shot?
because it's been revealed to you that anyone who has the more, whoever has more of the Eye of Wonderland is going to have more of the power. So you trying to hide the remaining shard would not work, because if the other two shards are fused back together, they will call to the other shard.
So it's a magnetic effect after that point.
So if you try to run, you will be followed.
That's more of a
we
cell
can
phone.
run, but we can't hide.
Yes.
It's more of a cell phone thing. It calls to it. Hello?
Mhm.
Hello? Where are you? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And runs out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Please continue.
Yeah. There had been some revelations to our party, especially Darian, who had found out that he was born out of a ritual by the cult of the burned claw.
Yeah. Son of Satan. I mean,
However, is out of the main that between that and the fact that his old friend Thormas has been turned is up for debate which one is of the greater impact on Darian's feelings about the matter. Roscoe has been hearing voices and suggestive urges from a certain article hanging around his neck. The party, he's had saved the remains of a Templar command, but unfortunately, certain members of those Templars have taken exception to Kanan's appearance. While Darian seems to have calmed down the mood before any more resolution could be done, an Eastern Order ship had been detected trailing behind, and the communication in order was suggestive that the Eastern Order was intending to capture them. And this, folks, is where we will rejoin our session and the campaign. And we'll
Just
find out
want to
what
point
happened.
out that
Mhm.
I'm hearing voices too, but it's from the dog.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the other dog, wasn't it?
No, it was the dog.
It was the dog. Are you sure? Right. Okay. Okay. And this is where we come back into the story. The voice of the Eastern Order's commander ceases. All of you look over each other. As you're looking over, you realize that a certain person is no longer in the bridge.
Which one?
Kanan is gone. Just as you're kind of wondering what's going on, you hear footsteps going down the corridor, leading away from the bridge into the rest of the superstructure of the chariot of the gods that you're on. What are you gentlemen doing?
I'm going to look and see if it's kind of walking away.
If you were go to the door, when the door opens, you'll see his cloak billowing out as he's grabbing hold of the ladder and pulling himself up the ladder, going into the rest of the superstructure.
Okay. Yep, that was kind of going away.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what he's doing. You guys know what he's doing?
Meanwhile,
Did he tell you?
what's the situation with the Eastern ship again?
The Eastern Order ship is another chariot of the gods, but from all indications, this one is a bigger ship there. From all accounts, the some of the Templars who were with you, they confirmed that they actually recognized the ship because their legion was attacked by this ship. Basically, what this ship does is that it's there to basically transport troops around, and it gives heavy fire support to the troops. What happened was their actual forces, some of their forces have been caught off guard in the past, and that's why there was new legions being sent over to this area. But this is when, as they're getting preparing for the counterattack, this is when some legions turned out to be traitors and actually were following the cult of the burned claw. So the city that where they were gathering supplies, getting reinforcements from, that's been taken. That was the city that you were passing over and you got shot at. And you had to pass over, didn't land, and to go in supplies.
Are you going to be okay, Wooster?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
It is reflective on Darian being the sort of type that's not slept since they left Rom.
Darian, they are following us. They will interfere in our plans.
Yes.
What do you suppose we do?
We cannot delay. Could use a distraction, but I do not know what to make. Any suggestions, Roscoe?
Can we beam down to where we need to go and leave some Templars on board to fly the ship and lead them away?
That
I
will
believe
work.
them.
It might work if they don't notice us doing that. I do not know if they can see stopping off anyone.
I'm
Can their
still
ship do
unfamiliar.
the same thing?
What?
Oh, I'm asking the Templar guy. Can their ship do the same thing, beam people down? Because if they can't, then it doesn't matter.
Uh,
If they
That's
notice or not.
probably a
the-
law check.
The Templar in question that says, well, from the reports that we've had, their ship's not needing to sit down to land to put down troops.
Okay.
It's one of the reasons why it's been making them quite hard to deal with. They
I like
get troops down and they get them back out, in and out before we can even respond.
what you're suggesting. We'd go in at an angle and use the ship itself as the
bait.
bait while we sneak in. However, I'm unfamiliar with how to navigate this ship. Kainen is usually the one who flies it good.
No, it is I who flies it.
Ah,
Kanan navigates around the ship. But I think we should approach to where we're going. Beam us on the ground, a few clicks away. Continue on foot the rest of the way. And have the ship continue on course. Making evasive actions as they go in order to try and lose them. But we would need to continue on foot from there forward. We should pack plenty of rations to go with us.
That sounds far too rational.
Galen,
Yes.
you're correct.
You just hear kind of a tapping. Can you guys hear me? Right. I've got an idea. And the voice of Keenan comes on. I found this nice robot.
I got an idea. I remember him having this. I got an idea sort of voice.
And I want to introduce this robot to the friends behind us.
oh,
Ooh.
that is good too. How do I talk back? That sounds good.
Wait. Beep. We like this idea. Get the robot to the teleportation chamber.
That could be from anywhere.
Yeah, but it sounded cooler that way.
No.
What do you need from us to do to make this
No,
plan of yours work?
I've got to just let me deal with it. I just need to make a few modifications.
Okay.
There's the silence there. And then you hear, coming down the corridor, just exclamations of, what is that? And you just hear it's, can I get you guys to do a notice roll?
What? This
Yes.
game has notice? Uh-huh. I think I might have it.
We don't add anything to
No,
it.
there is no notice in this game.
Yes, there is.
You should.
I just clicked on it.
Oh, there. Yeah, I'm blind.
You didn't notice it.
Yeah.
He failed the notice on the notice roll, but
Yeah.
did better on the notice roll
Yeah.
than the people who noticed where the notice
Yeah.
roll was.
Yeah. I dare you to say that 5 times quickly.
That. Gotcha.
You should be on Taskmaster.
Touche, sir. Okay.
By the way,
Joking,
have you seen Taskmaster the show?
I know of it. I haven't watched it. There.
It is pretty amazing. Mrs. and I have been watching it, and it's all about following the orders literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's my kind of it's the lawful evil kind of show. Follow
Yeah.
the rules, but follow the rules.
Yeah.
Technically.
What probably is just on the edge of here in Darium. You just hear the occasional just ching, ching, ching.
Okay, I take my lance and I proceed to go and see what's going on.
As you get up to this area, you see coming from the aft section, okay, there is a small crowd of Templars kind of backing away in horror as they see this metallic skeletal figure
Structure?
with green glowing eyes. It was, I think I described it.
They could have been
forward.
reprogrammed. It's LEDs anyway.
and behind it is Kanan. Kanan's trying to go. There's no need for alarm, folks. He's got his guns out, literally, because as many of the Templars are either about to draw swords or they're pulling out bows. There.
Oh,
Is there
Templar,
another by
stand
himself?
down.
You see a few of the Templars looking at you and they're just going, "Sir, that is a dangerous artifact. Those things, as many of half the time when we see them, they actually kill on sight."
And how many of you are dead after it's seen you?
It's just a matter of time.
That's why we're transporting it off of the chariot.
Give me. I can't remember the skills now.
Give me a skill check.
Persuasion.
Yeah, it would be.
Figure it out, Wooster. Give him a skill check.
Rapport. Deceive.
Won't be deceive.
Empathy?
It's more likely be rapport. It's you trying to.
Yeah, not one of my strong suits, eh?
Yeah, no.
There we go.
What's the score?
Meh.
Nil.
For this, I would say the difficulty. This was going to be a kind of difficulty 2 at least. Therefore,
So you could use a fate point and make it a 2.
Mhm.
All right, fate points have refreshed since last session.
Yes, they have.
I should have.
I have one more than.
Yep, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
If you have more than what your refresh is, just leave it.
Mm-hmm.
My refresh is 4, so now I have 3 left that I used at point. Like I use the booming authority given to me by the Lance of Longinus, and I stick it to the crown and say, stick it to the ground, as I'm saying, stand down. Reinforcing my orders from earlier.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you have yet to.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
it'll
Lance of
save.
Longinus hasn't been sort of described, but I figured it could give me authority over the church.
Okay.
That's an option.
Okay.
At least for this session, that's what it does. We'll change that maybe later.
We'll clarify. No, I would say for a fate point, yeah, we'll allow that. Okay.
TBD.
To be declared and to be changed and retconned as many times as it needs to be, folks. Yeah. Soon it'll be the key that opens the. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be revealing the secret plot points here. No. You see the guards, the Templars.
Folks' chest to be built. Oh, never mind.
You see the Templars rumble, but they part. And kind of just like, kind of nods. Thank you. And he goes, now, friend. And he just pats the robot. We've got to introduce you to some folks. And you, are you going to follow Conan or?
Yeah, I will follow that.
Well,
Like this.
Conan
Unless there is an emergency in the cockpit, which means I gotta run.
At the moment, there isn't. But
yeah,
Conan's just, he goes to the main. So on the bridge, there was a small transporter pad at the back of the bridge. Okay. But there is a much bigger facility on the main structure. That's where he's going. And
that's really for the troops.
Mm-hmm. And he's just going, right. Good. They're getting closer. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of turns and just looks. I think there's a way of dealing with that ship without much loss of life on our side.
We drop the robot onto their engines.
We drop the robot on top of their ship, so even if they have a shield, it can still fall onto the surface of the ship.
Galen, are you there?
That was actually what I was saying, just with less words.
And he goes, there's that. From what I've been left to understand, that ship has a few more defenses. Such a attack might work on our chariot, but maybe not on theirs. Have to lull them into a false sense of security. And with that, there's a bit of a smile there. But I think that the robot itself is not going to be enough to do what's needed. It's a distraction.
All we need is a distraction.
That thing will still follow.
Yes, all we need is for them to give us 15 minutes of leeway, so we can do something and get the ship moving.
And he's just looking at you and he goes, no, too close. They cannot have the eye. They're just as bad.
Yeah, but what we do is we have the Templars take the ship and fly it away while we get on the surface and walk the rest of the way while they follow the ship. They're not interested in a few stragglers, they're interested in what the ship is doing. And if we get a few minutes head start, they might think we're running for it. And they wouldn't stay looking around for people on the surface.
I have another plan. And it's just as he's saying Roscoe, when you're on the bridge, you've got the actual alarms pinging off. Okay. You stand order ship. So the voice of the actual ship's computer comes on and goes, proximity alarm. Other ship near collision course detected.
Uh-oh.
Collision course detected.
Whatever you're going to do is now the time to do it.
On there comes the voice of the Eastern order commander, and he goes, chariot. I will give the order one last time. Cut power to your engines and prepare to be boarded, or I will open fire upon your ship.
They do have to lower their shields in order to board. We do have a strong contingent of Templars on board.
Is that what you would suggest then, Darian?
I'm not there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, Roscoe is a fighter.
Roscoe just sent a message over asking you what to do. So presumably you're in communication.
Yeah, so Kynan just goes, Templars may be needed elsewhere. And with that, there's a shot of your chariot, and it's like the top. The camera angle is of your chariot from above, and the shadow slowly moves over it.
A Star Wars scene. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then another angle where there's a giant.
Yeah, and then the angle then changes with it coming down the lower itself. There's a light starts to shine on the underbelly of this chariot as what appears to be massive doors pull open to reveal a massive bay that's big enough
Look at
to
that.
actually take him.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see we are going for the good old tradition of stealing stuff.
Yeah. It's a final tradition in tabletop RPGs.
Steal
There.
from my media that you
Yeah.
know and love.
Fantastic.
Then again, I ran a game based on a plot of Babylon 5, so...
Yes.
I might argue here, huh?
I just steal from everything there.
Yes. As you should.
Yeah.
It's not like Carlos hasn't done anything. Raiders.
Everything. He stole from himself. He put in some Carlos as a gangbanger in there.
Yeah.
I did do that.
So it's at this point he goes, their shields are down. And with that, he just touches a button and you just see just two bright flashes, and both Kynan and the robot are gone.
Ah, damn it, Kynan.
With it, there's a cut to section of men in the men in the other ship just getting ready. And they just kind of turn around as they hear they crack, and they just slack open-jawed expressions as they see the two figures appear. And you just start hearing the shooting start going on. And that scene cuts to black. The next thing that we see is after like a minute or two, is there's small explosions occur on
Roscoe, I think that's our cue.
another ship. Whoever is steering the ship,
Bridge! Initiate,
Yeah,
get the
I
hell out
need-
of here, maneuver.
I'm needing a difficulty 4 for this is going to be a ride roll. Difficulties 4.
Mediocre at that at best.
I don't do ride.
Okay. I grab onto the to the eye right here.
Yep.
Okay, let's do this. I push these buttons, and I'm gonna need I think I'm gonna need it. Let's try it out. Here we go. Difficulty of 4. All right.
So you can either re-roll.
Or at a
I
plus
don't think a
2.
plus 2 is not going to do it enough.
No.
So here we go. I'm going to.
What aspect would you be using for the re-roll?
I'm using the Eye of the Underland.
Okay.
I'm using its energy and I'm drawing on its power. Help me with this electronic nonsense stuff. With these magic.
Can I use one of my aspects to try and help him?
I think in this occasion it wouldn't apply.
What does this do? I can tell you, Roscoe.
If it was you, I don't think this one was going to apply here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go with again. I don't think that at any point I even have enough to hit a 4 on this.
Yes, you do. If you roll 4 pluses.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we go again.
There's a possibility it might not happen.
Yeah. That wasn't
Okay.
quite 4 pluses.
Nope. Okay, but
Amazing.
Darren, you might want to get to the bridge. Actually, you've got a transporter there. Just transport here.
what
The engines.
happens is the explosions are ripping through the other ship there. A message comes on and you just hear Kenneth's voice come, well, they're not gonna be flying much longer when their engines overload and go kaboom. You may want to get away.
Let me teleport you back.
I took a hit.
I'm still teleporting you back. But
You need the power to your engines. You need to go.
and this is why you have a -2.
The ship lurches and you hear over intercom, Darien, come help. I do not know what I'm doing.
Just a moment. Using the teleporter to get Kynan back.
And it's like, and you just hear the voice just go, goodbye, Darian. And it just cuts off. There. The camera cuts to explosions ripping out. Your chariot is trying to just bank away from the ship. But as like explosion occurs, a fragment of the other chariot comes raining down, and it collides right into yours.
Barging past the shields, hitting, causing our ship to carry into a spiral.
It's the camera just goes up to above. There's smoke rising up from your chariot. It's slowly but surely just going down there. Other camera angle just reveals it careening down. Yes, I'm taking both from Carlos's camera angles in Star Trek here, okay? From Mr. Is it Justin Lin that does Fast and the Furious and Star Trek Beyond? Yeah, I'm stealing from their camera angles, okay?
Yes.
By the way, the other ship is also in a falling mode at this moment?
It's exploding as it's going down there.
Instead of us going, yeah, it's going.
I just want to make sure they're not going to get a chance to beam their people down to the ground. So can I take a shot at them? Or are we careening too much to...
Oh, yeah, you're careening too much. There's...
give him a -2 on it.
Like
I'd say there's well, you can do it, but it's going to be a high cost for you to actually get the hit in. Okay, I would say it's another difficulty 4. Okay. I would also say it's like, in sporting terms, it's the late hit that you really should be putting in. It's unsportsmanlike, but it's up to you.
I don't want to fight a whole pile of claw people or on the ground.
Fair enough.
So I take it that it's a shoot then?
Yep, it will be.
Amazing that I started at the very beginning of the game without shoot. And now it's as high as I can go. I clicked it.
It gives you the little window. That
I rolled 4 minuses.
you may want to reroll that.
I might want to reroll that. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was the other guy.
I don't think that one's gonna apply. I'm calling on the bullshit rule.
My devices help me overcome obstacles and enemies. And what does this do? I can tell you, Rothko. And
I would say that one would apply.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, there's an auto targeting button here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. 5. There we go.
There's just all these mini explosions going out, and it's just going down. Your shot just hits it square, and it's basically kaboom. There.
Ooh. It's the Death Star effect in the sky.
Yeah. This is, unlike it being in space, there's actually a shockwave
That's gonna come after it.
that's gonna hit you. So Roscoe, another ride roll, please.
Right. Fantastic. 0. That is good.
Okay. All of you feel the massive, it's literally the kind of Star Trek, you know.
Yeah. Darian trying to make his way back to the bridge because the transponder is no longer working in this mess, and
Templars, Templars are trying to, they're walking along the catwalks, in the superstructure. You see Templars tumbling as they go over the railing. This is where all the special effects has been spent on this episode, folks. There.
Sort of like an Inception kind of scene.
Oh, your ship's tumbling. There's also a wee bit rotation. And it's just, can I get Roscoe, can I get you to do a notice roll?
Can do. Come on, notice.
You notice the ground getting closer.
Yeah,
Great. That
he
you do.
does. Notice.
Shit, we're going
Yeah.
down. We're going
Yeah.
down.
So, are you going to be issuing? So, this is the thing. How you notice this, Roscoe? How are you reacting? Are you just going to be going, "Oh shit"? Or are you doing like the brace? Are you trying to scream out brace for impact? How are you
I'm-
reacting to this?
I'm gonna intercom. We're going down, everybody. Brace for impact. Now.
Did we
Yeah.
get to the transporters?
Can I roll something to get to the bridge in time to try and save the situation?
What is it that you're trying? What is it? What is it in your head that you're trying to do?
I say-
Steer better than Roscoe.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But what?
That's
ship.
like trying pushing buttons like crazy.
Because unlike
grabbing this
Roscoe,
thing.
Darian knows how the ship operates, sort of. So he's gonna go there. He's gonna press the buttons that say landing thrusters and all those
Right,
things
okay.
to soften the impact and possibly even lift the nose up before we hit the ground running.
Right. I'm gonna get you to do a
Acrobatics.
athletics. No, athletics roll
Fight against the
first.
gravity forces to push forward.
Okay,
Athletics to actually see if you can get to the bridge. There.
there we
I
go.
would say the difficulty
-1.
2 for it.
Okay, I'm going to use the 7 heavenly virtues to the
Which
because
heavenly virtue you invoking?
Thou
I'm
shalt-
Gravity.
invoking-
Gravity. Invoke gravity.
I'm
No, he has got
invoking
divine
patience.
gravity. What?
I'm invoking patience, because in these sorts of occasions you're in a rush, but you can't rush certain points. Like, okay, now there is gonna be this. You're gonna wait for this to pass before you can jump forward and
Right.
that sort of thing. So
Right. Okay. You're trying to keep yourself calm so you get the timing right. Okay.
yeah,
Right. Yeah,
so
no,
gonna
I'll give
reroll.
that.
Close, but no cigar. Okay,
Right.
so I don't make it in time.
It's basically Darian there. You're running. You've like slid down the ladder. You're running. You're halfway down the corridor. That's when you hear Roscoe's
Brace for
shout
impact.
of
Brace for impact.
probably because of that. As you're so desperate for running
Mhm.
to get there, you get kind of caught off guard with it. Okay. Can I get Roscoe and Galen to give me
A high
Right.
five.
a actual, which I think would be the most appropriate one? Yeah, physique, or like she, grab and hold it, something and holding on. Grace. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So let's just see. Roll. What do you? Okay. So, okay. Galen Roscoe, you're fine. Okay. You find yourselves as as the chariot is crashing and careening and making that massive skid mark for the woods that's crashed into. You're holding yourself on. You see other Templars getting thrown about like rag dolls. There, Darian, for yourself, it's the catwalk that the catwalk that leads to the bridge that you're on. that actually the corridor that kind of breaks off, and you see, and you start sliding all the way down. But as you're sliding down, your actual descent is actually arrested when your harness catches on the, on a broken strut on the corridor. So you're just hanging there, feet dangling. Okay. After maybe half a minute of the chariot careening through this wood, there, it finally grinds to a halt. There's sparks, there's fires, and it's then just silence.
Click. Abandon ship. Anybody who's still alive?
A good pause point, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Good place to take a pause, so
Yep.
I don't have a pause screen prepared. So I'm gonna make that. So or I can just steal one from the other shows.
Yep, sure.
I'm just gonna steal the donuts because donuts are nice.
I didn't mean.
And then she
Eh,
said, "Oh, whoops! Oh, we're back online. Okay, right. So, yes,
Hope you enjoyed the donuts, Froggy.
yeah,
yeah, you didn't leave any for me. Ah,
yeah, he did. He was scoffing them all.
He never leaves any for you.
Yeah, Carlos had to go outside and actually go to his favorite donut place to get his donuts.
Oh,
and you didn't
Carlos-
bring us any?
No,
no. Was I supposed to?
Yes.
Oh,
oops.
not do that again.
Okay.
That's
So-
the donuts.
Joking aside, we don't want to do a mid-section banter mode that goes on for another hour. There.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
We did.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I am the GM. I command. No. See what happens when I get power? It goes to my head.
My
Anyway,
game, my rules.
So where did we crash
so
relative to where we're going?
yes. So you
Might
were.
want to zoom in on the map.
Mhm. So if you were to zoom in, Mooster, there.
Zoom.
So there's a wee dot. There's a green and yellow dot that represents your chariot. If you can center on that. So you're following this mountain line, okay? And what it was advised is that you come across a big valley, but oft on the northern side of this valley that you would come across, there'll be a hanging valley, okay? That opens up, so it'll be another valley coming up, but it's just there'll be a massive waterfall, okay? From this hanging valley, and I think I remember describing it that there was two outcroppings of rock that stuck on either side of this waterfall that looked like teeth. Okay, that was the identifying mark.
Silly
You
thieves.
had just, if I remember correctly, you had just started fly, or what has happened is you had started to fly into this valley when the Eastern Order ship had started to follow you. Okay. This valley, because it's not been touched in so long, is covered in dense woods. There. You have crashed into these woods.
Of course we would.
Mm-hmm. Of course you would. We would.
That's the way life treats us.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is the pun section of the game. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, that was just some of the bark. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop already.
I really should bring my girlfriend into this. She would. It'll be her and Blank trying to outpun each other.
Punning isn't a competition.
It
Because
is a
colon.
cooperation.
nobody could compete with me anyway. So.
I think she might want to beg to differ. She likes the pun.
I have more years of experience. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I'll start with Roscoe and Galen because I'll leave Darren hanging around. Literally, you gentlemen wake up. There is smoke. The bridge you find is filled with smoke. It's dark. There's the occasional spark from consoles going off. And it's just think TNG when they ever beam aboard a damaged spaceship, it's just, tubing everywhere. It's a wreck, iron girders, you name it. It's like that. Okay.
But like when the Enterprise crashed into the woods, yes.
Or that is also a perfect example. Yeah. They allowed Diana to pilot the ship one time, and look what happened. No, I'm joking.
Oh boy.
Yoink.
Yep.
So,
So,
okay.
what you gentlemen are gathering yourselves up. You're bringing yourselves to, and what are you gentlemen doing?
Oh,
Okay.
we have to get off this ship in case it blows up.
Uh-huh.
And of course we have to save Doggo. But he's up here with us anyway.
First off, who is it? Just scaling me inside the bridge?
There is a few Templars, but at first glance, they look, when you're looking around, you're seeing, you, Galen, Doggo seem to be kind of moving. The Templars seem to be still.
Like that.
Check and see if they're got like broken necks or if they're dead. I don't know.
Galen, check up on them. I will turn the perimeter switch on the ship.
Is there no? There's no medicine check.
Push. I'm gonna push the normal button for communications. Darian, Galen, come in.
For yourself,
I'm right here.
Darian, Kanan, come in.
Medical could either be academics or maybe an investigate.
Okay, well, that's an easy choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, how is Darian hanging from the
Yeah.
superstructure?
What you'll find is the way it's kind of collapsed is you see underneath the actual bottom undersection of the bridge has been torn away, like the floor that corridor was hanging over, that's been torn away. You're looking at the ground, is actually probably the way the ship has settled. It's kind of buckled in and it's risen up on the ground. So it's like that. You've got maybe a drop of like 30 feet there. If you drop there. Also for you two guys, you notice that the orientation of the ship is there's a downward slope now, obvious downward slope. You're literally having
The front of the ship is aiming at the sky at a 45-degree angle.
Basically, yeah.
We have to work our way downward. I'm assuming communications doesn't work.
There's crackling, and it just seems you try it and it sparks, and then it just goes dead.
But hopefully they heard me say abandoned ship before it died.
You tend to those two, Galen. I will look for the rest of the crew.
Okay.
The Galen, the first couple you come across, one you find has just been impaled. There.
Okay. Trying to get this guy off is pointless.
Yeah. He's less of a person. He's more like a feature on the wall, basically. It's grotesque, actually.
I get the point.
Yeah.
He did too.
I'm trying to get you to do puns intentionally now.
Okay.
There's other one. One of them you see, he's barely moving, but you do hear a faint groan from him. There.
Okay.
But he does look bad. There. Okay. When at a casual glance, you do see like a shin bone poking out through his leg.
Lovely.
Yeah. Content warning, this is the body horror show. Okay, for anyone. So if you hate gruesome injuries, for the next 5 minutes, you might want to turn this off. Okay.
You're welcome, because I was flying.
Yeah. Yeah. This is your captain speaking. As you can see, that we have actually landed, not at our destination, but thank you for flying Carlos Airlines.
Any landing you can walk away from is a good one.
Exactly.
I can't walk away from it yet.
Yes.
It's a great landing when they can use the aircraft again.
It's a great line when they can use the aircraft again, and you can actually walk out onto the tarmac the right way up. Okay. You check the next one. He's actually starting to pull himself up, and he's like dusting himself off. Kind of coughs a wee bit with the smoke. He's got. Is there some Julius? And you just see him looking over, and you just see his eyes catch the impaled figure, and he just goes, kind of crawling, and you just hear weeping from the man.
Don't think he's gonna make it, but it looks like you will. And maybe we can help your friend here, but he appears to have a broken leg, which I'm not gonna prematurely feed to the dog. He likes legs.
He just turns and he goes, "What? What? What did you say?
Are you going to be okay?"
Macon. Is there two of you?
There's me and your friend over there with the broken leg.
And Roscoe.
No.
Roscoe, you've already left.
Yeah.
All right. No. I'm seeing double. Here.
Oh.
He just goes, okay. Right. He tries to get up, and you just see him like staggering and goes, I might need a hand here.
I'll give him some support.
Yeah. Okay. Roscoe, what were you doing?
Force open the door to the corridor and try to investigate the damage for the rest of the ship.
Yeah, so as you're saying, as we described it, ship is slanted. You see it going down, and what has happened is you can see that the actual walkway has collapsed. So it's actually no longer nice and connected. It's actually collapsed in on itself. And you just see a faint figure in the darkness.
Darian, Kenan, are you okay? Who's over there?
Sorry, no, I'll say you'll be hearing the call out. Yeah.
Yes, I am here. I am fine for now, but I'm not liking my chances.
Just hanging around.
Okay, Roscoe looks to the left, to the right. Nothing there. Up here.
Okay. Hold there. I will get to you. I'm gonna pull out
All
the
over there.
two swords, witch blades,
Mhm.
and try this thing so that it becomes like a lasso-ish.
Okay.
Or the Sub-Zero weapon where it
Get
attaches for
over
a course.
here!
Go with those.
That's Scorpion that does that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're right, Scorpion. Sorry.
Yeah. Get your Mortal Kombat characters right, man. Come on.
Whoosh, right over my head. Or in
Those
this
are the
case,
charges.
right over
Remember,
Darian's head.
there's also lizard. No, reptile.
Are you injured? Hurt?
I am fine at the moment. I was not injured. Thanks to God.
Work my way up to where you're at. I'm sorry. Controls. I think we got hit by something.
Yeah. No.
What is everybody else? What is Guinan and the rest of the your squads? What are they called?
Templars.
Templars.
I do not know. I was in the teleportation room. Kanan went with the robot, and I think he was on the Eastern ship when it blew up.
It's probably as just both of you are looking up, you see that there's an actual a massive crack in the ceiling that you can actually see into the remains of the superstructure of the chariot. You guys can see what appears to be hearing. Well, you see a glow, but you're hearing the crackling and the popping of a fire, quite a sizable one.
I think we're going to have to evacuate this ship as quickly as possible.
Yes. I'm still stuck, or did he get me out? Step on.
Can I get Roscoe to give me?
Athletics
Yeah, let's make it
or physique, either one.
Athletics.
Come on, hit. It's stuck. Something in the way. Hold on. Can I try to hack at it instead with a weapon to set him free?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Three
Right.
minuses.
Darian, can I get you to do an athletics roll of 2 to see if you
To
can
not fall 30 feet. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Can you? Apparently not.
I think you've got a fate point there.
I have a faith point, and I'm gonna use Roscoe's reliable but creepy on his talent here.
So you were kind of expecting something to happen, you know.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to go sort of overboard. So Darian is like preparing for it. Like, okay, I'm gonna fall in about a couple of seconds. So
stand back.
Yep. It's just as you feel that you go down, your hand just latches out and you grab hold, you know, of the railing there,
and swing myself to it.
and
Thank you,
you've been
Roscoe.
able to actually, swing yourself onto a lower section. With that, is what you do notice. There's enough of the superstructure that with a wee bit of climbing, you can clamber down. Okay.
All right,
On-
Oscar. Let us go save the others. Get as many out of here as possible. You go that way, I'll go this way.
Okay. We will separate, and I will look
Yeah.
for the rest of the Templars
Well,
and any other
it's-
remaining survivors.
Yeah, so where Roscoe is, he's still in the section that would be if he
The
was to
top part.
go, he would just be still going back into the bridge, right? With a wee bit of work, Darian could make his way to the back where the ladder was, that then led into the rest of the superstructure. Okay,
I'm gonna go for that.
right. Okay. I'll focus on Darian in that case. There. Darian, can I get you to give me
$5. Oh, here you go.
yeah, physique roll, please.
Oh, a roll. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's more this one's gonna be more of a question.
It's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. It wasn't this one wasn't about like the difficulty, it was more about how well you did. Okay.
Mhm.
They
With,
judge you.
with the tiredness and the crash and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Darian is in a very good shape and
Yeah.
just climbs the ladder back to the superstructure and
This the clambering around in your armor brings you back to like memories of your training as a Templar. So it's actually a quite you got yourself into the mindset of what you're needing to do. The thing that probably slows you down the most is the bad lighting. Okay. Because the lighting's out, you're just getting the occasional lighting from like the occasional sparking console or maybe like a fire. Leave like flames coming out. That gives you your lighting. As you get to the ladder and you start going up, you get to the remains. So when you get up, you get to the landing where the ladder from the bridge ended. But when you're looking all over the place, it's a mess. Okay. I can't put it any other way. You see like the entire array of catwalks, half of them are like twisted and torn off. Some are like hanging loose there. It's the back section, okay, which heavily hit the ground. That appears to have crumpled in, okay. So as you're holding on to the railing to stop yourself from sliding down, you see there's actually flames, okay, down at that back section because something's went up. When you're looking above yourself, which was the power unit, the power core, there's still some light off that, but it's kind of the light isn't a constant blue. It's it's going in and out. Like each time it goes out and comes back, it's coming back dimmer. And
slowly
it's taking
dying.
and it's taking longer to come back. There.
So anyway, my priority is at the moment lives. Do I
Mhm.
spot any lives? Actually, souls. The maritime or the aircraft terminology is souls
Yeah.
on board.
So
There's a shoe. There's another shoe.
probably the first kind of initial, as you were kind of climbing up the ladder there, the first kind of catches you saw were some of the bodies that had been thrown off the catwalks there.
Huh?
Those were the more obvious ones. Can you give me another notice roll, please?
Let's go with that then.
Difficulty is going to be 4 for this.
Ah, that's 2. Ooh, I
Yep.
could use a fate point.
Mhm.
It would be my final one. Yeah,
Yep.
balls to the walls. Fate point. Yeah, I use fate point, and I'm using diligentia because I'm doing this with the due diligence it deserves. It's life at stake, not not just not any random shit. This is lives. You gotta do it by the book. There's no time to think and improvise.
So that's one of your other virtues, isn't it?
Yeah. 7 heavenly virtues.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. Is you're taking the time, you're just sweeping over, and you just hear just a short cry, and like the thump. Get us out of here!
Yeah. So time to start ripping out door by stabbing it with a lance and opening it up.
It's very faint. It's when you turn up. What is it's the sound. The only reason why you're hearing it is how silent the rest of apart from the occasional creaks and groans of the superstructure, it's quite quiet. It's towards the front of the ship.
Yeah. Well,
What's this?
I'm gonna head towards that immediately.
Okay. While you're doing that, Roscoe and Galen. So Roscoe, you come back to the bridge. You are dealing. You find that Galen is helping.
The alarms are still going off on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find Galen helping a Templar, and they seem to be leaning over another Templar and gently bring them on the table to see if they can get a better look at him. You hear a kind of in the corner as you're coming in, Roscoe, you're hearing a whimpering sound. And a kind of a wee bit of scratch, and as you look over, you see Doggo.
Doggo. How hurt is Doggo?
When you see Doggo, it gets itself up, but you can see it's limping. You know, the front, the left foreleg is not able to put any weight. Every time it puts its leg up, it's just jumping up, and as it does it, it's whimpering in pain. It just tries to move up on its other legs. There.
I have my priorities. I need to make a splint for Doggo.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, content warning for any people who are pet fans. Sorry.
I should not put him out of its misery then. Okay.
No.
Whoa! Content warning for animal cruelty now.
No actual
I knew that would get a reaction.
No actual animals were hurt in the production of this episode. Allegedly.
Or so we say.
Well, except the odd Templar.
No, those don't have animal protection, so don't worry.
Galen, you... Darian is good. We have to find a way out of here. This ship is going to blow. I've got Doggo. I could carry him. You help the other. No.
Well, one of them has a broken leg, so I'm going to have to get the exhausted one to help me carry the broken-legged one.
As you're saying that, a sputtering voice of the ship comes up. Containment failure. Detected. 2 minutes to breach. Huge.
Dang it. That does not sound good. We have to hurry now.
I don't know what tected means, but it doesn't sound good. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully Darian heard that.
Is there okay. I've got some rope. We could attach it here, and we're just going to slide down onto the ground.
As you're kind of looking over it, one of the actual, it's like the Enterprise D as it crashed. All the glass, the shock of it has burst. The actual, what they were using for glass there. So there is you'll find some place to actually, tie a rope and throw it down there easily enough.
Okay, well, let's tie a rope to the broken-legged guy and lower him down the side. And once we hear the scream when his leg hits the ground, we'll know that's where we should tie the rope off. And then we can go down the rope. But you take Doggo. Or we could do it with the Templar who isn't injured as badly, and he could just yell when he gets to the ground.
Okay.
This is good. I have better idea here. You take Doggo.
Okay.
I will fireman carry him, one arm wrapped around, and we'll go and jump down. I will take the massive brunt of this.
Give me a physique roll, sir.
Can do.
I'm saying difficulty free for this.
Fantastic. In Hispania, we do not leave our men behind.
Okay.
Well, except the guy's impaled on the spike, but
Fireman carry one
Yeah.
man. It's gonna hurt, but I'm just gonna slide down
Yeah.
and it's gonna fucking leave.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and grab some things. Like, I'm sure there's broken things all over the place. Basically, I just need two. The equivalent actually make sticks, I guess. Outside, I'm just thinking things to make splints for the
Okay.
Priority is speed getting out
for
of
the
here.
human and the whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So Roscoe, you get down. You've got the injured, the one with the broken leg. Okay. Galen, you're going down. You're carrying Doggo.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the other guy's gonna have to make it down on his own.
Right. Okay. And I get you to do a physique. How are you climbing down?
Doggo over my shoulders
Okay.
and just climb.
Okay.
2 hands.
Right.
You got Doggo draped around your neck.
Yes.
Heavy. Yeah,
Not
same
as-
difficulty for you, I think. in that
Not as
case.
heavy as the whole guy that I was taking.
Yeah, but at the same time, you are holding the guy.
Oof.
He's just got him draped. So he could just go. So I think that's going to be the difficulty. Actually climbing down. Yeah, I think it's the same difficulty. You're both in complicated ways of doing that. So yeah, difficulty free for Seek. Oh, and you've done it.
Fantastic.
Takes
No worries.
It takes a while for you, Galen, because there's some moments where your shoulders are about to strain. You want to kind of straighten it up, but you then realize, no,
Don't
I'm
want
gonna-
Doggo to fall.
yeah, you're not wanting to do it. You're just having to hang on.
Now that I'm at the bottom, I'm helping with the the rope and
Steadying
keeping
the
it
rope.
steady.
Yeah, but there's just moments where you're having to hang on. You're having to take those deep breaths there. Okay, but eventually you do get down. You're exhausted there. Okay, when you do that, right, Darian.
Si,
Okay.
senor.
Right, you're running towards the front. Okay, it's and it's as you're getting towards the actual front, you're hearing the knock and the banging getting louder and louder. There, you hear that scream. You hear the screaming and saying, "Get us out of here! The room is on fire!"
Well, I will do what I can to open it up then.
So how are you going to be? So how are you going to be trying? So when you get to this door, what's your thought of how would you be trying to open this? How would Darren be trying to open this? There.
Well, first instinct.
Okay.
See?
Yeah, I'm going to say this is going to be a very difficult
Okay. 4.
4.
3.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4.
Okay. Let's find my character sheet then. No fate points left.
Yeah. You start to pull that door open there. And through the crack, you see a Templar, blood pouring down from a wound on his forehead. Behind him, you can see the fire raging there. And he's like, Darian, you need to open this door. The fire's getting close to the munitions. You got to save me. You got to save me. And it's just as you're pulling it, your fingers just slip in your desperation to pull it. The doors just slam. And you just hear, as that happens, bang. And you literally see
the door
doors
bulges out.
bulges out, but just stops there.
Did the door start bleeding now?
Silence.
Yeah. It's just through, you're just then feel a heat coming off the doors.
So the explosion didn't kill the fire. That's unusual, but okay. Shit.
Well, you know, there was
There's
at
no-
least one thing in there that was still able to burn.
Hmm.
The Templar.
Templars, plural.
Well, no point now in trying to save those guys. As sad as it is, try to move forward, try to find someone who's still alive instead of blown up.
And it's just as you're thinking that, you kind of just hear and just looking up over the power unit, you see it go dark, and with it,
Oh, shit.
you see the actual, it was quite subtle, but you never seen it. Kanan had seen it. There was a wee bit of shoot. There was a blue aura around it that then just goes, breaks, and just dissipates there. And it's then the ear, oh, it's this as the metal starts to strain.
Yeah, time to head out.
And you just hear, give me a notice roll there.
Notice
This is going to be
about
2.
die.
Oh yeah, now you're rolling like +3.
What you see is, just as you're looking underneath the catwalk, you see a fissure in the structure, and there appears to be tangles of wires that go all the way down, and appears to go through the actual fissure. And you can see ground underneath there. Okay.
Seems like a smart place to go.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're going for that.
Yeah.
Either that or you can go all the way back the way you came.
Nope. Getting out of this this thing seems like a smart idea at this point.
Okay.
Engaging get the hell out of here maneuver.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I
Thank you,
get-
Linnea.
Mhm. Can I get you to do how would you actually be how would you be climbing down on these cables
Recklessly.
recklessly? Right. Yeah, I would say then, physique for this then.
Just
Okay.
taking the damage of the fall. Ooh, not great.
Okay. Let's just see what happens here. So as you're climbing down, you just start to feel, you're getting yourself through that fissure in the structure. You just then feel the cable just on you. And you just kind of look up, and it's just maybe 10 feet above you. You just see strands of the cable just starting to snap on you.
We're gonna need 3 splints now.
Yeah. Let's do it. And it's just as you're still trying to climb down, it just all of them just snap on you, and you plunge. Yeah. Looks like you hit, luckily, ironically, a tree or two on the way down that cushions the blow a wee bit. Okay. But when you do land, you do take at least a stress or the damage at the moment. Okay.
Sorry, how much?
1, just a stress, just 1 point.
Okay.
Okay. But you land with a thud there while on your back.
Ah. Ah. But at least worst case. Ah.
Except
Just
now you're
limp.
directly under the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna start limping down. I'm just making my way down away from the ship.
Darian!
Yeah. So Gil and Roscoe, you would have seen, because where Darren's fault, that would have been them, if you were heading towards the front of the ship, when he falls, he would be in front, in
Sure.
front of you there. So I'm assuming, especially you guys are making your way towards him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the sake of expediency and GM sanity, I thank you there. Okay.
What? GM sanity? Is that a thing? And since when?
Yeah, supposedly.
Sorry, you have to do a sanity check.
Where can I find one?
Yeah.
So the few injured Templars and Dog are in the corner, and Galen and I go out to help Darian, pull him back from what definitely is now from a distance. We could see the ship, flame broken, cracked, and ready to just ready to blow. Come on, Darian, I've got you. Let's go. Oh.
Thank you. I'm just a little bit out of breath, but I'm fine. I don't need aid, but I'm gonna give a hand to helping out the wounded they found, and get them as far away from the ship as possible.
It's as you're doing that, you hear the sound of barking off in the distance and shouts. Yeah, barking.
Animals.
Of hounds.
Similar barking that we've heard before?
Yes.
I
You've
speak that
attracted too much
language.
noise. You've attracted too much noise. They know we're here.
Did I get a chance to splint Doggo?
I would say dog has been splinted.
Okay.
There.
Doggo, I need you to tell those dogs to go away.
We have a whistle.
You do?
Who had the whistle though? I think Kynan might have had it. I
No,
don't
kind
remember.
of.
There's Darren.
Oh no, Darian has it. Okay.
It's you're just hearing them off in the distance at the moment. They're not nearby.
Are they in the direction that we want to go, or are they in a different direction?
We have no idea where we were going.
Yeah, we wanted
At
to go
the moment,
down the valley.
At the moment, where where you are, you kind of when you crashed with the ship in that kind of death spiral, you lost an idea of what the orientation was there.
Is there a sun in the sky? I think we can tell the direction.
Priority 1. I think they're coming from that direction. Let us grab what we can and move in the opposite.
Yeah.
We'll reorient ourselves afterward.
At the moment, you're not really seeing the sun because there's quite a bit of smoke coming off the wreckage there. The best way I can describe it is if the ship is kind of orientated like that in relation to the ground, okay, and you're like here, the sound of the people is more like if they're coming in from here off to the side towards you.
Okay.
So they're not directly in front of you, they're like to the side, to just off to the left of you.
Okay.
Kind of come diagonally and
Let's go. I'll try and leave a false trail. Actually, or do we want to try and not leave any trail? Actually, there's no way with all these people limping.
With all of us, I think we could, with our help, we could lose them in the forests. I know the ways, even with the injured. As long as we move quickly, we have a chance.
Wait. Just a moment. I start going through the injured and see what I can do for them. I cast upon the might of the Lord and attempt to channel the magics of the earth, heal their wounds. The magics of the divine, actually.
Don't forget Doggo.
I don't think that works under.
Better. I don't want
Would
to
that
carry
be
it.
a lore roll to invoke the magics?
it would be a lore roll. And because this is one where you only have the most basic training
Yep.
there, I'm gonna say
It's not my
gonna be-
specialty, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
yeah, I'm saying it's gonna be a difficult. I would say it's a difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta get lucky then.
Yeah.
Nah, fair try, but no good.
Yeah.
Unless somebody has a fate point to donate.
I've got a
Not
fate
sure
point to
how that
donate.
works, but
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, what ends up happening is as you're tending to them, the one that's actually on his feet just says, "Darian, you and your party, you need to leave now. Not going to leave him here, but we're going to slow you down."
I don't want.
He's right, Darian. We need to go.
I can't let any more of them die.
This is what they signed up for. We will honor their sacrifice. They cannot get their hands on this.
as I said, I can try and lead them on a false trail so that the Templars can go off in one direction, we go off in another, and then hopefully they'll follow the obvious false trail that I leave.
It will buy them an opportunity.
Yes.
The Templar, the other the Templar standing is just looking at you, Galen, and just goes, "That is not our way, trickster." If we have to fight, we fight. That's it.
Yes, but if you don't have to fight, if you can get away without fighting, and your fellow with a broken leg is not going to fight, he would just die for no purpose.
We can pull them here. Maybe pull them into the ship and some of them get hurt.
Here. I've got something that might help you. Reach into my bag of goodies and pull out some impromptu stuff. Resources.
Yeah. Give me a resource roll. There.
Impromptu stuff. Ooh.
I've been
Nice.
saving this for a special occasion. This will
So
help you.
Roscoe pulls out
Healing
Donuts.
potions.
Donuts.
pulls out pulls a side satchel out
And the hunter's crossbow and bolts as well. Leave them behind. But continue.
Yeah. You pull out a side satchel and you start just pulling stuff out there. So yeah, as you're saying, so look, these might be of some use. So as you said, one of the items in question is, the houndsman's items that you took off him. Okay. That nice, like was it the triple, the triple crossbow there with all the bolts he's got. And so that's the first thing. Can I get either Darian or Galen to give me a lore roll there? So that
Can do.
just
I'm good at lore.
Fair.
okay. Galen's.
I'm like, where the heck? I'll write it over here.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So Darren probably he's got a fake memory of reading. Sure, he's read it somewhere, but he can't remember what these are. Yeah. So Galen, you've come across a stash of these things before, and you're surprised that Roscoe's still alive because. The reason why you know about him is when you came across him before, you were with another party, okay? And the person accidentally triggered these, and they became fine mist.
These
It's a
are
clear-
called, these are called thermal detonator.
It's
Grenades.
he's actually passing out Claymore landmines.
Oh,
They're in a language that I cannot understand that literally says face towards enemy.
Yes.
Towards enemy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll explain to the Templars that yes, you can, if you want to set a trap for them, make sure where this writing is facing towards where the bad guys are and not you, because it blows up in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you give them and they go. They just know when they go. What the one that's still gonna go and put Spanish goes. Heard of these before? We've come across the aftermath from one of these. I've reason to believe nasty things. Be nice to use them for once.
83 plus 17 equals 100. That's how many pieces you blow them up into. That's why it's aftermath.
Yeah.
Commandarian, I do want to fight these things.
Mhm.
It is against my nature to not fight them. But we must leave. The stakes are too high.
Please stay. As a GM, please stay and fight. I want to present my army.
They make sense.
Sounds like a challenge, but okay.
They make sense. Darian doesn't like it, but they make sense.
Yeah.
And they have a lot.
We are preventing more. Come.
And can a
And I
quick
shall-
question: can Doggo actually still run with his splinted leg?
It's hobbling. It can do a fast hobble, but it's not.
Okay.
I was going to say
Either-
it's not a canter, but that's a horse. There,
Of course,
sorry.
yes. I've never seen a dog canter.
Canter, I know. Or gallop. Not sure
Sorry.
what. Mhm.
Darian turns to the Templar. As he said, either may he watch over you. Then he turns the sigh. Roscoe, lead us.
I know the best way through the forest. Follow me. They will not find us. I promise you that.
It's as you are all making your way, you hear the howls, you hear voices saying, and you hear a voice just going, "There's the wreck. Search it for the survivors. The hero was cleared. They're to be put to death." And it's just at that point you hear, Darian, you would recognize it. It's the sound of one of the bulls of a Templar firing off.
What?
Bows.
One bulls.
Oh, okay. I heard.
Yeah.
Templar crossbow.
Mhm.
Nice.
You're hearing shouts of the men that come across the wreck, and they're saying, "Get to cover!" And you hear, and it's just as you're hearing each shot you hear ring out, you hear a corresponding scream. It looks like the Templar who's shooting the bow is taking his time. He's being methodical. There's at some points, it's you hear screams, boom, screams one after the other. Sometimes there's maybe 30 seconds or 40 seconds. He's not wasting his shots. It's maybe after, as you're moving further on, you then hear one explosion, then another, then another.
I pause to listen.
Mhm. And then there's an almighty whoosh. As that appears to be, that's when the remaining fuel reserves for the chariot goes up. And there's a lot more screams behind you as that happens.
Now I whoosh upon a star. Oh no, it's wish. Never mind.
Welcome to my world.
I think I just broke Carlos and maybe John. Wooster survived because he's asleep.
You would have just been getting the stare from Sim. He's just going, seriously?
Yeah.
I'm trying to imitate Zim here.
Yeah. Right.
The end.
Darren, you can recover your stress. I was just wanting to see if you were wanting to make a stand there or not. So you recover your stress. Okay.
Dios vaya con ustedes. Hombres
Okay.
bravos.
I have a question. I was originally going to try and leave a false trail
Yeah.
using deceive, but is there any way I can cover up our actual trail using the same tactic?
I've got a ridiculously good stealth for group stealth right now. But do your thing.
Or use it to help Roscoe.
At the moment, the way I advise this is just before we go into clarifying if you guys are wanting to do rolls, okay, is after that massive explosion, okay, and the fireball and the smoke, the increase in smoke plume that has occurred. Any sense pursuit at the moment, it seems to have ceased. Okay. Probably the thing that might be of more concern is it appears that the explosion has set off a few fires. Okay.
So at the moment, speed might be more relevant than stealth.
Yes. Because,
and also, we're lost in the forest.
Yes.
Until we can find out where the sun is.
So I just wanted to clarify those points. So,
okay.
It should be nighttime then. That would be better. Or dusk.
Yeah, well, then we could look at the stars. Yeah.
Astronomer, are you?
If it's nighttime and there is clouds.
Yes. So basically, it
could be bright day and it could still be cloudy. You can always have a big enough fire to cover.
Yeah.
We're using the Monty Python strategy. Run away!
Yeah.
Run away!
Step number one is always get the fuck out. Step number 2 is reorient. Step number 3 is go in the proper direction.
Okay. So this is us coming to the kind of travel section. Okay. So, as you said, step 1 achieved. You've got away from the wreck. There. His question is, are you guys going to get away from the fire? That's the next part of getaway. So I'm happy for you guys to do it as, you nominate your best candidate for leading you through this and you doing the role. Okay.
Probably started a forest fire. Huh? Yes. Yes, Froggy. I think we've started a forest fire.
Yeah. I would say it's going to be a difficulty 4. Okay.
What is the actual normal thing to get? I guess we could let's find out.
So what are we trying to do?
To leave, find a pathway, get the fuck out. We could either use physique.
It's either you using stuff. Is you can suggest a reasonable skill, stuff that's come to head, might be notice you, whoever's on point actually leading you through.
I know my way best around the forest. I will find us the fastest route. All we need to do is cut through any shrubbery. Follow my lead. Move as quickly as possible.
You're just basically cut. You're just using your strength just to cut yourself a path through, no matter what.
Yes.
That would be physique. There.
Move as quickly as you can. Ignore the pain. Go.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, Roscoe just becomes a machine. It's 1, 2, 3. And he literally just cuts a straight road.
I don't even look behind me. I just
Yeah.
I'll just straight.
And in the back, I'm tying the bushes back together again to try and hide this blatantly obvious trail he's making. Okay.
There. Eventually, the sound of the fire is receded behind you. There, you've moved far enough away. You also get to the point that one of the reasons why, is actually, recede behind you is you've actually hit quite a few clearings in the forest, in the woods, and you also have crossed a small river. Okay, was why it wasn't the deepest one, but it still had a nice width to it. So it actually acts as a nice barrier. And after you've got all those between your, with Roscoe's help, he's cut a nice clear path. He's literally made it as easy for the rest of you guys just to follow behind him there. That's what's allowed you guys to actually get us, up to this point. Without that, you're probably been there, still trying to untangle yourself through the vines when the fire caught up with you. That's that.
Yay, Roscoe.
Mm-hmm. I would say, would you, after crossing the river, would you guys be pushing further on, or would you be taking the pause at that point? That'd be my question be putting towards you.
I'm going to ask the same question. Can we see the sun with the opening over the river? So at least we can tell where north, south, east, and west are. Or is it nighttime?
But my notice roll.
Yeah.
Notice the sun. Okay.
It could be cloudy. There are many things factors in. Randomness happens, man.
Yeah. How about great?
It takes a while, but there's a bit of cloud cover. Okay. But you then spot what appears to be the sun, appearing to be, based on when, the time that you knew that you were, when you were getting intercepted in the ship. Okay. You see the sun lowering itself, so hold on, that should be the sun setting now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where west is. Okay. From the actual,
we don't need like GPS coordinates. We just need a general direction.
Yeah, of course. So the way to kind of describe it, where your ship actually crashed, okay, where the chariot crashed, it looks like you guys have been kind of heading north. Yeah, you guys have been heading like kind of east, northeast-ish, okay? And from all accounts, it's the way this valley works out is somewhere to the north, like the northernmost point, close to the source of this, is where this actual,
someplace we want to go.
River.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like we want to follow the river.
Yes.
The sun we should probably follow the river, not from within the river, but to the non-fire side of the river.
We've already, yes, we have crossed.
Yeah. So you've crossed. Are you going to be so are you resting or are you pushing on? That's the question I'm putting to you guys.
We have too many injured. We've pushed ourselves too far.
Okay.
It is best to be resting. We do not want to travel this time at night. The footing will be dangerous.
Okay. All right.
Besides, I'm tired.
Even Roscoe's admitting it. So are you all just going to go to, so how are you going to do this? Are you all going to go to sleep, or are you?
I'm going to try to cover up any path showing where we were from the riverside to the woods.
Right. Can I get you to do a deceive roll there?
Finally, I get to do a deceive roll. Now I'm
Yeah.
going to blow it.
Difficulty 2 for you, sir.
4.
Okay.
We're finally rolling good after crashing the ship.
I just need to start bringing in the difficulty 8 ones in.
Notice the last 4 rolls we've had. We're definitely using the 4s now.
Yeah. So you've cleared up the so to your eye, you're not even seeing anything that would indicate to you that anyone has passed. That riverbank you've went up through, you've literally made it look pristine. The reeds that got disturbed, nope, they're straight. You've straightened up the stalks and all that sort of stuff. There's nothing in your mind. There's nothing that could be indicating someone's walked through there, let alone a worm. Okay, that's how pristine it is. So as you settle yourself down, do you guys just all crash, or are you talking about who's doing a watch there? How are you?
Roscoe needs to sleep the most because he's been hacking all the computers. I mean the trees. So Doggo and I will take the first watch.
Okay.
Darian finds out that he can't sleep anyway.
Oh.
He's sitting on a fallen tree and staring at the sky throughout the night.
Well, then you can take the second watch.
Okay.
No, thank you. I already have a watch right here.
Right. So Darren, if you're not going to sleep, okay, can I? And that is what you're doing. And I have you take exhaustion, please.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you. Okay. So Galen,
Before any sleeps or anything like that, I'd like to have a conversation with Darian and Galen.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay, Doggo, you go sit over there. He doesn't want to hear you to hear this.
We're putting down the dog.
No.
So
well,
tell me,
you didn't want the dog to hear us, so that's the only thing that would make sense to me.
Darian, tell me what happened to Kanan.
He said robot was not enough.
That fool. Him and I were always at odds. He made it his mission to always try to do what was best for everybody. He's left me with this. The responsibility now. It pains me, his sacrifice. I want nothing more than to fight and go back and kill everybody. But I know that is not what he wanted. He was a good man and I will miss him.
Roscoe, as you're saying that, you hear a slight voice just going, "You can avenge his death." It need not be in vain.
I will avenge his death at some point. But not now.
You're so close to having all the power ever wanted. With my help, you can return home in glory. You can take back your homeland from those conquerors from the south. The voice disappeared.
I'm tired. Tomorrow will be a long day for all of us. Get your rest.
I will stand guard. You rest.
I will try, but I'm probably gonna have troubled dreams.
May he who we praise soothe your dream.
Okay, so Roscoe, you're heading for bed. Aeon?
Well, as I said, Doggo and I have the first watch, and I'm going to start singing lullabies and try and put Darian to sleep.
Yeah, sure. Roll your deceive or something.
On the treetop, you want to sleep, but not on a rock.
Are you just so we can see the scene? Are you basically like, are you like scratching that doggo's head as you're doing that, or
Sure?
Yeah. That voice.
The dog goes to sleep, but not Darian.
You hear that voice that you've heard before.
Ooh, Doggo.
And it just goes. It's he's asleep. There's nothing he can do to stop you from taking it. It's shiny.
Darian isn't asleep yet.
Just out curious, out character as a GM. Was that out loud your response,
No,
or was it
no.
more, is it
No,
internal?
that was
That's
internal
internal.
that was internal to Doggo.
Yep, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying. It's like, maybe your friend, but why should he have something that lovely around his neck?
I seem a little confused because I'm sure we were talking about Darian. Doesn't understand that like cross.
No, the amulet that Roscoe has.
What about it?
And it's like, it's don't you want the biggest score of your life?
I already had it. It was an 8. I impersonated a dragon. I'll never get a big score.
For anyone who has just started watching,
has no idea what that was talking about.
This is him referencing the first episode of this campaign, where this guy rolled an 8. There, he just aced his rolls there.
His best skill, his best possible roll.
Yeah. He rolled a perfect roll, basically.
Mhm.
That's what he's referencing right now.
Yes, we were being chased by dogs, and I pretended I was this big ass dragon that they were
Yeah.
afraid of,
Yep.
and they all ran away. And it even
Yeah.
scared the huntmaster there,
Yeah.
going, "What the fuck?"
He basically ended the combat by pulling off the best deceive roll he could.
Technically, I can do better after we get another level, or whatever.
Sure.
You can
But
you
if
can
I
also
says-
do better if you also use a faith point on it. You could have a 10.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't seem that was necessary at the time.
Yeah. The voice just continues going. Of the amulet, all the secret places will be revealed. All that treasure. Being picked.
Still confused why the dog wants me to take his amulet.
Yeah, I know.
Realize you could get it yourself if you really wanted it. That was internal voice again.
I know.
Dog wants to
This is when the actual voice just goes, wait, you think I'm the dog?
You are the dog. Oh, you're the dog.
Forget about it.
I broke him. Yay.
You broke the voice of temptation.
So how is Darian surviving my level?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He needs his sleep.
Opposed rolls, I suppose.
Yeah, so yeah, let's do a
Will versus
yeah, I'd
deception.
say yeah.
What?
Well, there's going to be a will roll, I say, because you're tired. There's going to be an attempt to talk to you. Okay. So we'll see. We'll do the talking first. We'll role play it, but we'll then see how well you do with the roll. See if, because I think the exhaustion will be bringing a roll up that wouldn't occur because of your roll in the first in normal times. But you hear the voice there, Darian, and it is. They didn't to die.
I was strong.
Osco just sleeps there with an artifact that has the power that will allow you to defeat the Burn Claw. He doesn't know how to use it, but you have the teachings. You have the wisdom to use Eye of Wonderland. You could bring the teachings to the lands. Bring a new golden age to all people.
Eyes turn towards Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Running them. Aye. cannot sacrifice anymore.
Was that out loud?
Yeah. He's
Darian.
not talking internally. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
Darian, you okay? Is Doggo talking to you too?
no. It is the eye. It's
Doggo's
trying.
eye?
No. Eye of Underlin. It's trying to get me to use it.
Suddenly these conversations are taking on a different light. Yeah, it was Doggo.
Go ahead, sleep, Galen.
No,
Let's
no, no.
double
You need
check
it more
that.
than I do. I'll take first watch.
No, I cannot
Go
sleep
to
anyway.
sleep. Go to sleep.
Well, let's roll.
Rest your eyes and count.
This is when we get the party
sheep.
murder.
So
Go
I
to
get
sleep.
one for stress and one for exhaustion as a negative, right?
Sorry.
It'll automatically take into account the minus
So
one. I think.
so your stress is reset, okay?
Ah.
Because you're in and you see, but you're
Yeah.
getting a -1 from the exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay.
It's automatically counted by the thing.
I think
No,
so.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have
'Cause
to.
if you ticked it, if you ticked the exhaustion, doesn't it automatically put the
No, it
minus
doesn't.
one?
It's just a reminder to
okay.
you to
Yeah, there we go. You need to defeat that.
1.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't think you can roll less than that.
With what?
Deceive.
Deceive.
Oh, yeah, I could roll -4. Just 0.
So apparently Darren falls asleep after a few moments of inconspicuous lullaby.
Bring out the knife. Okay. Okay, Doggo, what are we doing now? No, just kidding.
And this is a good place to end.
Yeah.
Nah, just...
In my dreams, I'm a mighty warrior, striking down hundreds of foes at a time as I take back Hispaniola.
Yeah. There's, and it's just in the back, as you're having the images of that, you just see a shadow just rise up behind you, getting taller. There, that at first looks like your shadow, but then becomes clearly not yours. Looking down. Yeah, and I think that's where we'll leave it.
Fantastic episode.
Mhm.
Very dark. I loved it.
Yeah. I just
Very paid the heavy price.
Oh yeah.
It was a blast.
Literally. There was quite a few
Sometimes.
blasts.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Oh, is this story circle?
I always think of everything as a story circle. You're Froggy. I don't think it doesn't matter. Continue.
Yeah, these are some of the last minute sacrifices before the final confrontation.
Right.
This is just what needed to happen to set us up for the next parts.
Ooh,
Yep.
You're really loud now suddenly.
Yeah, it's because I've been whispering here. Let me back it up.
My favorite line of the entire session was, "Think I'm the dog?"
Yeah. Uh-oh. We've been joking about this, that this thing's been trying to tempt you the entire time. And you've not been getting it. It's like
Exactly.
I know. It's like this thing's been corrupting everyone else, has been doing a good job of it, and it's this one. It just keeps saying, "This guy doesn't seem to be getting this."
Oh, thank goodness for Galen. He's
Because you gentlemen have been dealing with the eye there, I'm needing you to do your corruption rolls.
Am
This
I
is what I was
still
waiting for.
affected by exhaustion?
Sleeping. now.
I would say until you wake up there. So the effect of the effect of the corruption was before you went to sleep.
I
There.
roll a
Okay.
will.
So what are we
Yeah,
rolling?
it's your will rolls. Sorry.
What's the DC?
2.
Let's think. I'm just having to think of where. So Galen's a 2 because he just seems to be bloody resistant to this in the first place. He's listening to it but just ignoring it. Roscoe, you seem to be getting a bit more you're
I have a
receptive to
corruption
it.
of 3 right now, by the way.
Yeah.
One away from it.
Oh, hold on. That's what it was. I'm forgetting my own rules. So Galen, what's your corruption at?
0.
0. Okay. And I guess you right. So Darren, what's your corruption at? 0. So you just pass. Okay. It's you, Rose. Yeah, you fail. So you're up, and Galen just passes it. So yeah, you pass Galen. So it's Roscoe that's getting corrupted. and
Roscoe, use a fate point.
No.
Okay, Theodore. So that's 4. So one of your aspects is going to get corrupted. Okay. But in corrupting that aspect, you will gain a stunt. Okay. That will be a corrupted stunt. So this could be you gaining some sort of magical powers of some kind, where that's super strength, okay, or suddenly blades are actually, instead of you using the witch blades yourself, you just do like a T1000, you start having blades come out of your hand itself, right? The issue will be is if you use the stunt, that in itself will cause corruption. So have a think of how you want. So when it comes to your stunt, when it comes to your aspects, the last aspect that gets corrupted is your high concept. Okay. So start with one of the other ones. If all your aspects get corrupted, that's you going as a character.
I only have 2 aspects.
No, you should have
No,
5.
you
You have your 5.
Oh, I have
You have your high concept, your trouble, and
control.
then you've got your other 3. So I would always start with one of your other, your other 3. Okay, one of your other 3s. Okay, and just work up the list.
Do my trouble. Corrupt my.
Or you could corrupt. Yeah, you could corrupt your trouble, but the high concept is the last one that gets corrupted. Okay.
Yeah, corrupt my trouble. Instead of it was the other guy, it was the other guy. I should kill him.
Or I could corrupt my relationship.
That's something to indicate.
He's already tried to steal the from me.
Yeah.
That wasn't even because of the voice. That was just, I wonder if I could do this.
Yeah.
Don't trust him.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Setting me up.
Now you're extra quiet.
Oh yeah. I adjusted my mic. That's why.
Yeah. This is the entire reason why I took the people are wondering where this corruption mechanic has come from. It's a tweak from Evil Hat as a game that's based on Fate. It's called Fate of Cthulhu, which is their version of Lovecraftian horror, which I love the entire setting of because it's Terminator meets Lovecraft. Cthulhu happened. It happened in the future. It succeeded, but people from the future are coming back to change it. And then Cthulhu is then sending his own Cthulhian Terminators to stop it from happening. It is a cool concept. And corruption is from that. There is the only way you can do magic. But as you use magic, it gives you powerful abilities. But each time you use it, it corrupts you. Till eventually, if you do use so much, you can become the very thing that you're fighting against. It is a nice thing I like about it. It's also me kind of experiment because if I was ever to do Lord of the Rings, something like Lord of the Rings with Fate, and I was wanting to represent something like the Ring, this is how I do it. Yeah, this is how I do it. There. And I think it's, especially with Carlos there, just leaning into it, go, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Time. Well, here's the thing. Kynan was kind of the one that was helping me.
Yeah.
Preventing it from happening. And with him gone.
Yeah. I don't see you getting fully corrupted unless you go insane with the power abilities.
We'll see. We'll see. See. I might just like the power.
Yeah.
Depends on my mood for the day.
See, season 2 of Burnlands starts off that Carlos is now the big bad. You know, Roscoe Della has Hispania. It's actually the big bad that is needing to be destroyed there. You know, we actually just do it ends up, it just turns out we're just doing Diablo. You get rid of the big bad, then whoever got rid of them becomes the big bad themselves.
I could take both of these at the same.
Yeah.
Against a mob of
you couldn't even find me.
Come at me.
No. That's the whole point. You wouldn't see where I went.
Anyways, this was good. I mean, this was a good episode to get us back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
And it's changed the dynamic to the better. I mean, not to the better, but I mean
the more interesting, we should say.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so also from the last arc, so as I said, this is a free, free act story, all right? From the last act, you guys also did have a major level up, okay? So you still have to apply that. So that
didn't we already do that?
I don't think you guys did. None of you have confirmed anything to me. Okay.
Nothing. We did nothing.
One way to find out, how many level 4 things do you guys have?
Unless Galen, you might have been the only one that's done it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. I did and you guys didn't. Because I have 2. I have 2 4s, 2 3s.
Right, Galen, you've done it then.
3 2s and 4 1s.
Yeah, you're right. I remember you talking to me about it.
Yeah.
It's just these other 2 guys didn't.
Well, that's because they're fools. And
yeah.
Yes, okay.
So I'm reminding you guys, you've got that to do. Okay. Also, as I said, for everyone, wherever Carlos is, he will be coming in with a new aspect that will be corrupted, and with it, he will have a new stunt.
I have to tell you so that you can put it on the dibbly-doo.
Yes, and I do need to update
the dibbly-doo, yes.
The dibbly-doo, because someone updated it a long time ago, and I forgot. I do apologize, Galen.
Been tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yes, I do not have the dice or cards of Anorak.
I know.
The Hiss Crusade. Yes.
So let's just make sure we're not missing anything. So as we were saying, just a little bit of murder. You're already a hobo. It's only a small step from here.
Only a small step.
This was fun. Look for. I'm going to for sure this week upload a new list of movies.
Mhm.
We'll for sure watch Stardust. We will be discussing it in about 2 weeks. I will for sure update on my aspects and stunts and levels. And I suppose we're playing this again next Saturday?
I think our plan is, unless anyone we have agreed otherwise, is we'll just because this is the last act. We'll run this to its completion. My plan is it's going to be 3 more episodes, 3 more streams. There. If I overrun, which could be a possibility, I don't really foresee how I could overrun them for 4 streams. Okay.
Well,
Issue,
if we have 1.5 hours of technical difficulties at the beginning.
yeah, maybe, yeah. But and then after that, it's then for me running games. I think it's a question of, do we ever want to do Burnlands second season, where it's either us following these characters again, or we want to jump it to a new location, maybe like a generation ahead, a generation or 2 ahead, or we want to do another game run by me.
It depends if there's anything left of the world after we finish.
That's another frank good point. I'm jumping ahead of me talking about running another game set in Burnlands, unless I'm doing a prequel there.
We'll find out.
Yeah. And then it might just be Dresden, guys. Go back to it and actually do it properly for once.
We shall see what we do. TBD.
Yep.
Well, we've got time to figure that shit out.
Maybe. We'll forget about it. Remember it by next week. Decide to do it for the next week, and decide to do it for the next week. Decide to do it for the next week, and then it's already here, and we forgot to do about it.
Yeah.
And by then time, it's Christmas or the New Year, and Thanksgiving, and we'll figure shit out.
I've had fun so far running this Fate game. There.
Yeah.
The thing I really loved was when I was running it is like one day after, I think it was like the first session I ran with Sim, and he was like, it was basically DMing, you know, John, I'm gonna kill you. You've blown my gaming budget again, because I've let you win out and got every Fate book I can get my hands on.
Wow.
He has a problem.
Don't get wrong. It's like I can't say anything because I've just went and got the GM screen for the Star Trek version of the Klingon version of the Star Trek. Okay, so I've got the GM screen for that. I then also bought the Arrakis source book for the Dune game. And I then bought the Shackleton Expanse source book, campaign source book for the Star Trek game, which is the Shackleton Expanse is the unique setting for the Star Trek Adventures game out by Modiphius.
Oh, the Klingon version, is that called Gach in Space?
I like the Klingon book. But I literally just spent over £100 with Modiphius today. There.
And the books will weigh about £100 too?
Thankfully not. But it's
shipping would be a bitch.
Well, let's be safe. I'm wanting to lose weight. It's not the £100 I was looking to lose.
That's funny. Boy, well, my jet lag is starting to kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean starting? It's been on. They're just losing the battle by this point.
Yeah.
All right.
When I put on the things, I was actually asleep.
You were so still. I was going with, should we just actually walk
Good night.
away and leave the stream going on and see if Carlos realizes he's just been left on stream
Okay.
for the night.
Alright.
Good night, Froggy.
Good
All
night,
right,
Froggy.
well,
and
yep,
everybody
bonus
else.
nachos. Bonus nachos.
Bonus
there we go.
All right, I'm running the
Bonus.
show. Bye.
Oh,
Bonus nachos.